What's up, guys? Hello. I just got back from my second ever Armory event for Flesh and Blood today. So just got back. We're going to go over how it went for me, how many packs I won, and we're going to open those packs and see if we got anything good. But I just got Burger King and I am really hungry because I haven't ate anything. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Finished eating, but I'm a little off center because we're going to switch over to the top down cam in a sec, but just wanted to kind of talk about or kind of explain why I'm doing these videos. So today was my second ever week going to my weekly Armory at my local game store. It's actually kind of far from me, so that's why it's a little difficult for me to get to. But this is my second ever time going. I wanted to do this for my first ever time, but I'm really nervous, or I was really nervous, and making these videos didn't find the time and didn't go so well. So wanted to make this just in case you were a new player and you were kind of also nervous about going to your first weekly Armory. You're not alone, for sure. Definitely not. I get so much nervousness beforehand, and I just think about like, am I going to stop? Like, am I just not going to go this week? I was supposed to go last week, didn't go. My first ever week was probably like a month ago when I went, and it was a hunted blitz, just a hunted draft, and I did not do well at all. I lost all my games. So this is my second ever time going there since I got back into the game. Let me give you a little bit of background of my experience with Flesh and Blood. So I collected it a little bit and played a little bit, not in person actually, just really just with my girlfriend. I think I went to one in-person event, but this was many years ago. I think this was in 2021, so at this point 4 years ago. So I am a new player to the game. I'm not completely new. I would say if you are new to the game, for sure, start off with the IRA welcome decks. Look those up, find a way to get them. They are free at a game store, so if you want to just go maybe scope out the game store that you want to go play at, and find out if they're, if they even run Flesh and Blood, well, first give them a call, make sure that they do, and then go and ask them if they have the IRA welcome decks. Those are free. Ask for 2. Find someone to maybe play a little bit, a couple like small games with, to get familiar with the rules. They also have a great learning to play thing on the Flesh and Blood website, so check that out. But there are many ways to learn the game. Videos online. I would say that's kind of like the prerequisite for going to one of these Armory events, is knowing the rules, at least the general rules. Everyone's obviously very welcome. In this event that I went to, it was actually someone's complete first time. So I had 1 week on them of doing these Armory events, and he did fine. He knew the rules. I don't think he made any mistakes. He had some questions, of course, but it is how it is. But first, get comfortable with the rules. Watch videos. Flesh and Blood on their main channel, they have lots of videos. And then I would suggest 3 Floating as well. 3 Floating is a great beginner-friendly YouTube channel where they just do Flesh and Blood games every month. Great way to just watch those videos. Flesh and Blood is a great spectator game, so very fun to watch, and you learn a lot by just watching other people play. But I would suggest doing all that and then going to your weekly Armory. Find out if they're doing a draft or a classic constructed. I would say try and find a draft. If you have to wait till a pre-release, they happen every 3 months. One's coming up soon. I would say wait for that. Do a draft, do a sealed. They're like the easiest entry point, and they, for me personally, I feel less nervous about going to those because if you don't know what a draft is, you build your deck there at the store, and you're not on a level playing field because there's still some skill involved in learning how to draft, but in a more beginner-friendly, there's a higher chance of you winning. Let's just say that. Classic constructed, you can pick up an Armory deck, but I would say wait till you actually know if you're going to like the game or not. But let's get into a little recap of how it went for me, and we're going to open up the prize packs that I got. So I won one today. My first time winning since going. I did not win my first draft today, literally just a couple hours ago. Won my first one, and I won against the person who was also new. It was actually really close, so I don't feel like I stomped them or anything like that. And then when I lost, except for one, I did kind of get stomped, but the first game was also kind of close. Got them down to 1. Very, very close. Could not close it out, but you know, it is what it is. There are lots of resources out there if you want to just kind of like learn and get tips. I would say maybe figure out what set they're drafting. Discord is a great resource. A lot of these local game stores have a Discord channel. Chicago here, where I'm from, there is a big Chicago Discord where a lot of the Chicago-based stores, it's a Flesh and Blood Chicago Discord. Well, it's actually just a general one, but mostly like Flesh and Blood players use it. And, you know, they talk about what stores are running what events. And then Bill, who runs the Good Games where I went, he, you know, will put up a poll and be like, hey, what do people want to do? People voted for today to do a Rosetta draft. Well, Rosetta is the only thing he had. Currently, you know, that specific store low on stock, but your local store should be fine. I would say definitely find the Discord, or at least give a call to the store to kind of get a little glimpse of, or an idea of what they may have and what you might expect, so you're not completely like in the dark. That's what I do to make sure that I'm not like super nervous going in. So I really prepared for today. I also watched the video, just a quick video, Flesh and Blood, again, their YouTube channel. Amazing. I love what they're doing. They're very, very up there in terms of like great support. Them and Fantasy Flight Games for Star Wars Unlimited. I see them. They're great as well. But Flesh and Blood, their YouTube channel, they have Rosetta draft tips and tricks or whatever, just tips. And those helped out a lot to kind of, you're still, you know, when I'm in it and, you know, people are passing me packs, I'm like, oh my God, some of it goes kind of out of the window, and then trying to keep in head all the cards I've drafted. It is a lot. I still get nervous, and my hands are all clammy and stuff. But again, just know that you're going to go there to learn, have a good time. Everyone was great. Everyone I've met was fantastic. You know, I'm not necessarily a new player. I know the rules, so I don't feel like I'm a total noob. But the guy who was his first time, he came in. He was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna say right now, hey, I'm a new player, and this is my first time drafting Flesh and Blood and playing like, you know, the game in person. You know, so take it, you know, be easy on me or whatever." And everyone's like, yeah. And then everyone's, you know, helping him out just to figure out everything out, how the draft works and stuff like that. So. Again, people are really nice. Go out there. They want you to keep coming in, and you want to keep coming in, right? That's kind of the whole goal. So definitely, you know, announce, or not necessarily, or just talk to your opponent and be like, hey, I'm new. You know, help me out maybe a little bit. Sorry if I make mistakes. It's super casual. You're not going to get like banned from the store or something like that. But enough of that. Let's get into opening packs. Let's go over to top-down cam. And I have my bag. I would say take a bag with you, of course. I guess you don't have to, but you're gonna walk out with stuff. So take a bag. Maybe you'll buy some products. Maybe you're like, oh man, this is great. Let me buy some packs, because opening packs is super fun. That's like half the fun of the game. Maybe let's say 30% of the fun of the game. But it depends on how you want to take it. So let me unpack my bag. To show you kind of what I bring to these armory events. And it's kind of what everyone brings. People who play a lot kind of bring a lot more stuff. They will have like deck boxes and stuff like that. Let me move over. But one thing I would say, invest in, well, maybe not for your first draft, but if you know you're going to be going repeatedly, or at least you're going to be making the effort to go every week, buy a game mat. Game mats are really important. A lot of new players don't show up with them. It's totally fine if you don't. It really is. So maybe someone or the store will let you borrow one. But this isn't even a Flesh and Blood playmat, so it can really be anything. This is a Star Wars Unlimited playmat. And the reason you want to bring these is because it's just easier to pick up the cards. Sometimes you're playing on hard tables, plastic tables, or you're playing on tables whose padding isn't that much. So it makes it a lot easier for you to pick up the thing. The first, when I went to Hunted, or I don't know, one of the first drafts I went to, I guess, yeah, it was just a Hunted draft that I went to. Didn't have a game mat. Struggling to pick up cards. Just like, I'm like, oh, I play the card. Okay, I need to move it over here. Like, just struggling, all that stuff. And then I would say maybe a plastic bag if you don't want to get a deck box. This came with a pre-release, so this is kind of what I use. comes with a little neat deck box. Again, sometimes when I went 3 years ago, the store gave me one of the store I went to is now defunct, but they gave me a broken deck box, and they're like, here you go. You don't have one? I'm like, here you go. So maybe ask around, see if someone has an extra deck box or something like that, and then you can put in what your goodies and stuff like that. So all the cards you're gonna get from the draft. If you are eventually going to actually repeatedly play the game, I haven't actually even used this, but I bought an armory deck. So this is Flesh and Blood armory decks are a great introduction to actually playing Classic Constructed. If you're a new player, again, I would first start off with learning to play the game, see if you like it before you dump $40, 30 to I think it ranges from $35 to $70 for a armory deck to play Classic Constructed. I shelled out the money and I haven't even played it yet, but I will next week for sure. It's just, you know, again, just something to have in case, because again, sometimes stores, Classic Constructed is the format that everyone likes to play. So bringing in an armory deck just to kind of learn the ropes. A lot of people will bring their own decks as well, or bring extra decks. So if you're a new player and you're on the Discord and you feel comfortable typing in there, being like, hey, I'm a new player, I want to try it out. You can ask someone to bring an extra deck. Many people have multiple decks. But an armory deck just in case, because I had gone to the store and I was like, hey, if I want to, I went to the store to buy some packs, and I talked to the owner of the place, and I was like, hey, I want to come to the Flesh and Bloods. What do I need? He's like, oh, nothing really, but we mostly run Classic Constructed, so I would suggest bringing a deck just in case. So again, just kind of reach out to the store and they'll help you out for sure. Again, they want you to keep coming, and if you want to play, you want to keep going, so they're gonna help you out. Also not necessary, but a couple bucks, $6 I believe maybe for this Dragon Shield sleeves, any kind of sleeves. I think if you're starting out is fine, just because again it helps with picking up cards and moving cards and card feel, but also you know, you might pull something good, so you might want to protect your cards. If you're like spending money on this, you might be like, hey, I want to kind of protect my cards a little bit, and $6 to protect them, no biggie. For me at this store, Good Games here, it is $16 drafts, so you know, you're spending $16, you want to protect kind of the cards you get, and maybe you pull something cool, because there is a chance of you pulling something cool. And that's about it, really. So here are my prize packs. You get one for just playing. A lot of stores, if it's, I would say most stores, give you one pack just for showing up. That's just kind of how it is. And you're guaranteed to get one of these. These are their weekly play gem packs. These will come with some promo cards, only available if you show up and to a store to play. So you're guaranteed to walk out with one of these. And every store that I've been to has given one pack just for showing up and playing the game. I have upgraded, and first time I went, bought some dice. Great for keeping track of like health and damage and stuff. Not entirely necessary. I could completely leave this at home and just be fine. There's a great app. Damn, I don't remember what the app is called. I think it's called Carbon. Look it up on the App Store or wherever. Look up for like a life tracker for card games. TCG life tracker. Just type that in, and everyone uses their phone to track life. Some people use a notepad. It's totally fine, whatever works for you, but in a casual setting, an app that just tracks health, super simple, super easy to do, free, of course. And then I had some tokens. Again, not necessary. These are old tokens I got when I first got into the game. Not necessary at all. Just use it to track my resources. And again, you don't even need to. If I didn't have those, I would be perfectly fine. But that's it, really. That's all you really need to get in. Again, nothing crazy. I would say at minimum, I don't even know if there's a minimum. You can show up just fine with nothing. That's completely fine. You'll do fine. You'll do good. But if you want to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable and not kind of fumble, because you know I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my god, I knocked my glasses off twice today. Just for how nervous I was during the games and how I was like thinking, I was like, ugh. And then, you know, it's a little cramped sometimes, but you know, a play mat, some card sleeves, I think that would help a lot. And then maybe a deck box or something like that. Again, you can buy some really cheap ones, you know, just at the store. You know, you're at a game store, they'll carry the stuff. They'll probably carry game mats. Just get one, doesn't matter. You're good. But at the end of the draft, or at least talking about my draft, I drafted a Florian. I've never actually drafted Rosetta before, so this was a new experience. I am slightly familiar with the set. Again, the Flesh and Blood little tips, draft tips video that they have helped a lot with kind of knowing what cards to look for. But again, every set is a little different, so maybe look up, if you know they're going to be drafting Hunted, be like, hey, what are some Hunted draft tips? There's lots of videos out there. I've watched them. Trust me, they'll help out a lot and make you feel a little less nervous and make you feel like you're making better choices while you're drafting and you're not just picking stuff. But drafted a deck. I don't think I'm really going to go through this. Maybe so. You know what? Let's kind of break down what my deck is. Rosetta starts with, you can pick any hero. So again, familiarize yourself with the set that you're going to be drafting, and then kind of picking a hero to kind of play. You can, I would say, if you're new, try forcing a hero. You're like, hey, this hero, I know how they play. I know what their ability is. I know what their weapon does. So I'm going to make sure I pick up the cards that go well with that hero. If people take the good cards, you won't really know because you're new, but kind of forcing yourself to play a hero, I know may not lead you to success, but it will make you feel more comfortable playing against someone else in the draft because you're not going to be making a mistake and you're going to be using your hero just fine. But I drew Florian, or I kind of worked my way into Florian, and I knew for Rosetta, again, every set is different, so definitely, again, look up how to draft that set. But I know for Rosetta, first pack, it's picking what type of element you want to do. So I knew I wanted to do Earth. I was like, I'm going to do Earth. I'm not going to do Lightning. I'm going to do Earth. I'm either going to play Florian or Verdance, which are the two Earth heroes. So first pack that we're passing around, I'm going to look for the good Earth cards. And that's exactly what I did. As you can see, multiple Fertile Grounds. Did I use them that much? No, not really. I don't know what I'm doing. But then, maybe I didn't get past one. So I was like, okay, what good cards am I getting in this pack that maybe doesn't have that many Earth cards? Oh, Runeblade. So let me do Runeblade. I actually started off getting some Wizard cards, and I was like, I only grabbed 2 Wizard cards, and now I'm only getting Runeblade. It's not too late for me to switch to Runeblade, so that's what I did. So just kind of, I'm not going to go through exactly all my cards here and kind of why I picked them. I'm not very good at the game, so I wouldn't listen to me. But for the most part, I did a good job of making sure I picked enough Runeblade cards, enough Earth cards, to just have fun and do things and make sure that my deck made some kind of semblance. Again, any of the videos that you'll see online will kind of tell you, hey, these are some cards to maybe look out for, or maybe these are some cards that will help you with Runeblade stuff. Again, I don't even feel like I want to go through all of this because it's not important. But tried to do a mix of Earth cards and Runeblade cards. Again, because I knew how the Earth heroes worked, because I had looked it up earlier, and the videos I saw talked about it. I knew that I needed a lot of Earth cards, and I needed basically 50-50 Earth and Runeblade, maybe mostly Earth. And I knew that the way these characters worked is by their, especially, the Earth heroes worked, is that they work by decomposing. And decomposing is a mechanic that you'll see on these cards. So I knew that if I saw cards that said decompose, I would want to take them. Or at least the tips or the videos I saw mentioned at least 4 decompose cards. And if more, that was a bonus. So I ended up walking away with, I believe, 6 decomposes. 6 decompose cards. And that actually helped me out a lot to make sure that I played my hero pretty well. And I knew what he was doing, and it seemed like I knew what I was doing. And I was like, I'm online. I decompose. My hero is working now. So very, very important. One of my biggest mistakes is that Florian relies a lot on rune chants, and I did not draft a lot of things that created rune chants or good synergies for creating rune chants. I only managed to do it one time in one of my games, so I knew that was a pain point for me. But again, that's how you learn, and that's how you Again, tips and tricks while I'm drafting went out the window. I was like, I could not remember that, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to actually make sure that I'm able to create rune chants, because that's kind of what Florian's Hero does. I did manage to do a big turn one game to create multiple rune chants. Actually, I think I did 2 turns that I actually created rune chants. But you can see this is about how much I have. Mostly earth cards, actually. Then Rune Blade, but again, that's fine. There are a lot of earth cards. More earth cards than Rune Blade cards, I believe, in the packs anyways. Or you just weren't, I just wasn't past them. But either way, I think I ended up going with like a pretty good split. Maybe let's say 2/3, 1/3 split, 60-30 split. But again, when your first game, you maybe, just kind of have some kind of game plan, like just small game plan. Something that you're going to stick, even if the cards don't really synergize that well with each other, and you're like, does that ability even make sense? Who knows? Doesn't matter. Go in, have fun, learn. You're going to learn. That's always important things. And I think, honestly, more so, just getting yourself known in the store, or at least have people kind of, know about you, so that when you come in another day or next week, when I come in, I was telling basically everyone that I played against, and even the guy who was organizing it at the store, I was like, hey, I'll be here next week. And yeah, I might see them next week. So now that I see them, one of them was like, hey, I'll bring in some cards if you want. So when we're actually playing Classic Constructed next week, yeah, you can do a little bit better. So really nice of them. Really nice of them. So don't be afraid to do all that stuff. And I have equipment. I drafted equipment. I was only able to draft 2 equipments. This is the coolest card I got. I don't really know if it's worth anything, but it's a cool card. It's a cold foil lightning rod. Again, I don't know anything about this set, so it's cold foil. That's all I know. It's shiny. It's different than the rest of them. There was another card that was really cool, but it wasn't in my set, and I was like, I don't know anything about this, so I'm gonna pass it to the next guy, but it doesn't matter. And then these are the cards that didn't go into my deck that were like wizard and stuff, things that passed to me. So if you get some duds, you'll be fine. It's 30 cards in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're drafting 42 cards in total. Yeah, you'll be fine. You have some room to get duds in there. So again, just take it easy. Make sure you look up a video, just some tips and tricks, just so you're not completely lost and confused on what you want to get in the place. If you really want to, and you don't, for some reason you don't want to watch videos, or you forget, at the store, bring it up to someone and be like, hey, anything you think I should keep an eye out, just to make it a little bit easier for me? And they'll let you know. People are very, very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and open our gem pack. This is the weekly play pack. You're gonna get one. You're guaranteed to get one just for showing up. And honestly, if you think about it, it's worth it. It's just worth it just to get one of these packs. Let me zoom in a little bit while we do see if this isn't too close. Yeah, not too close, I think. These are pretty cool. They have really cool cards. You're guaranteed to get something unique and cool, something that you won't get if you just buy the product online, unless you look to buy these. I guess you could buy these online. And I think you get 2 cards. So Hunt the Hunter. It doesn't look too good. Just hold it down. Hunt the Hunter, extended art, so very cool, different than the other ones. This is these packs will come with things from the current set. The current set is Hunted, so Hunt the Hunter from Hunted, really cool. Don't know what it does, who cares? Demonstrate Devotion, that one's also pretty cool. Foil. I don't know if any of these cards are good. And then you get one of these. These are art cards. There was someone on the table who was like, hey, if you don't want your little art cards, send them over. Give them to me. I'll put them. I get the idea is that with the sets, they're also in the sets, but in the gem packs, you go enough, you'll get enough of these art cards, and then you can put them together, and you can make a big art piece. You can buy the whole art piece on Etsy, I believe. I think I've seen people selling these, but some people just like to collect them and maybe frame them. Who knows? Whatever is your thing, make it your thing. There's lots of things you can do in these events, and ways that you can make it your own and have fun as well. I just go to play, socialize a little bit, and get out the house. The other thing, my store is generous. They ask you what set you would like. Any of the sets that they have in stock, they're like, hey, what packs do you want from? And then you tell them what you want. Again, my store guarantees that you get at least one of these packs just for playing, just for showing up. These are actual booster packs, the actual $5 ones that you buy for. There are different prices or whatever, but $5. I don't know any of the sets. I don't know what cards I want or what cards I'm looking for. If you know, go ahead, you can ask. Maybe they'll just give you from the current set. Who knows? Depends on the store. They actually ran out of this set, and as you can see, it's in Japanese. So he was like, hey, you want some Japanese hunted? I'm like, sure. I don't really there's no other set that really interests me, so yeah, I'll go ahead and get some Japanese hunted. So let's go ahead. This is my first time actually opening up any Japanese hunted, so let's see. This is kind of exciting. How do I open these? These are not paper packs, fortunately. I'm struggling. Don't look. Really? I'm so bad at this. Okay, there you go. Doesn't matter. I don't care what cards are in here. Maybe I'll get something cool. Ooh. Even the hero tokens. Just, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but look at that. So this is the back. So these are the token ones. This is Arachne. One of the versions of Arachne. The new hunted set has a really, I would say, a very intimidating character to learn to play, Arachne, where you flip a die and you can become multiple heroes. I think you can become up to 6 heroes, so you're basically playing 7 heroes. But again, kind of intimidating, but you'll deal with it. So yeah, some cards in here. I don't speak Japanese and I don't know the set, so I don't know what these cards are, but very cool looking. I'm sure when you go to your local armory event, you'll actually get something that you'll understand and you'll be able to read and play. If it's something cool, you'll know what it is. You'll spot it. Oh, that's cool. This is the foil one. Again, I don't know what card this is. There's a rarity at the bottom, so I guess maybe that's one way to tell. This is a rare because it's blue. Now, oh, this is a majestic actually. So this is technically higher rarity, but it's not foil. So I got a majestic and a rainbow foil rare. That's cool. And then, oh, another majestic. Oh, look at that. That's a cool pack. Wow. Look at that. This pack had a rare, a majestic, a foil rare, and another majestic. Wow, okay. What cards they are? I don't know. I mean, you can play with them just the same. I guess I can look up the set and look at what cards this are, and I'll add them to a deck or something. But again, I don't really play hunted. Let's open up the last pack. But yeah, I highly encourage people to go to their armory event. It's totally fine if you're nervous. If you're a new player, there's nothing wrong with that. I am nervous all the time. I did not go last week because I was so nervous. I literally woke up nervous. I woke up and I was like, oh, I don't want to go. I was like, I'm so nervous. What if I just stay home and play video games? And that's exactly what I did. But I promised my girlfriend, maybe promise to someone. Promise to your mom. Be like, hey, I'm going to go out next week. I'm going to go out and I'm going to play and I'm going to put myself out there. And then make a bet. Be like, if I don't go, I'll buy you flowers or something. Treat your mom to flowers. Cool. It's so cool. This one, see, this is why I was surprised I didn't see the back. This is supposed to be a token slot. But I guess mine came with an extra majestic in there. Why? I don't know. Again, I don't know what card this is. But I got multiple majestics in this one. So, who knows? Again, cool cards. I wouldn't usually say what the name of the card is, but I don't know what the card is. I forget what this one is, Mark or something. I have played with this because again I did draft the set. for my very first armory set. So you're definitely going to see familiar cards if you go to your store and they're doing the most recent set hunted and you see this. So you'll kind of know. I think it's like Leapfrog Scalers or something. Some cool things. This is the rare from this one. Again, who knows what this is? Gut Punch. I'm gonna call this one Gut Punch. I think he's actually stabbing him and slitting his belly open, but don't worry about that. Oh, another Majestic. That's 3 Majestics and 2 packs. Wow, that's actually pretty good. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna call this one Backstab. I think there's a card actually called Backstab, but this one's Backstab now. Ooh, and look at that. That's the foil. Look at that. Look how cool that is. But that's it. Hey, 3 Majestics in 2 packs. I'll take it. I don't know what they are, but I'll take them. And then what's it, 3 rares as well. 3 Majestics, 3 rares. Again, didn't get anything too crazy from these. These are all promos. I don't know if I mean, they all have a green with a letter P for promo. I don't know if these are actually any good. I mean, who knows? Maybe this one is actually a crazy card, but probably not. But either way, those are my packs for the week. Very cool stuff. Again, we have my deck. If I had more time, I would go through it with you guys and just kind of, as I unsleeve them, kind of talk about what cards I drafted and kind of why. Because I did, again, read the cards. That is with the game, reading the cards. So read the cards, kind of know, see what synergies there are. Make sure you have attacks in there. Don't just go for cool looking cards. And then you end up a deck with 3 fertile grounds that you barely use. I feel like these would have come in handy, but I didn't really use them. They cost 2, so that's why I didn't use them. But either way, hopefully you guys do better than me. But again, first week goal, have fun. Go in with the idea, don't be pessimistic and be defeated and be like, I'm gonna show up and I'm not gonna win. Show up, be like, I'm gonna try to win, but say you're going to have fun, that's kind of how I went in there. I'm gonna go have fun because this game is fun to play. And if you've already maybe done, again, get the Iron Welcome decks if you're completely new, or if you've seen other people play. 3 floating gets me so excited every time they post a new video, because I'm like, they explain all the cards that go out and they kind of explain interactions. They kind of they do office style like interview things in the middle of the match where they kind of talk about, oh, I did this, or I can't believe you did this, or what if, like, I can't believe you did that, or oh my god, I drew these and this is how I'm gonna do them, or oh my god, he's presenting this, what is my rebuttal gonna be, I have these cards in my hand. And it's a great way to kind of get you into the thinking of the game and also the flow of the game. And again, it's really fun to just watch. So if you have fun watching those videos, you have fun playing the IR welcome decks, maybe the blitz decks, which are like, really cheap entry points, little mini decks, basically kind of draft decks, but more cohesive. And you have fun doing that, you're going to have fun playing the game. So go in and be like, hey, I'm going to go in and have fun. I'm going to go meet people. I'm going to go introduce myself. I'm going to learn, because again, you're learning. You are learning. There's nothing wrong with learning. This is how people get into the game. And again, they want you to go into the store. They want you to go spend your money. So they're going to help you out so you can always go in. But you want to spend your money because you want to have fun and you want to make friends. So again, feel free to go in. You can walk out with all these cards. Look at all this. Let's put it all together. One draft, and you walk out with a bunch of cards. Obviously, these are sleeves, so it's a bit thicker, but again, you're gonna walk out with a bunch of cool cards, a bunch of things to look at and stare at, and gush about on your own at home. And you will put your face out there, and then the next week you'll go. People will get to know you. They'll remember you and be like, "Hey, you were here last week," or "Hey, what's up?" Or yeah, all that stuff, and people will get to know you, and you'll have fun, and you'll become a part of an amazing community. And I know this is Flesh and Blood related. It is an intimidating game. This is a game of skill, but be comfortable with the fact that you're going to lose, and you're probably going to lose a lot. But if you keep going, you will win, and you will get such a high when you win. You'll be like, oh my god, I won. When I won today, I was like, oh, like, again, I felt I didn't feel bad, but because it was a well fought match, but I won against a new guy, and I was like, I did feel good. I was like, oh yes, you know, you just can't help but smile, and you're like, I won. And you know, maybe in your head you're like, oh, I'm gonna get another pack. That's not in my head, but I'm like, oh, I won one, and I'm like, okay, so that means I did something kind of right. Or maybe you got your opponent kind of low, and you're like, okay, I did something right. I'm there. I can see. I can taste it. I can taste how close I am to winning. And you know, that's just how it is. And you just go every day. Keep your head up. If you lose, maybe you don't win your first week. Maybe you don't win your second week. But keep your head up. Have fun. Look at these Japanese cards, so cool. So cool. But keep your head up, keep going. You know, just be optimistic. It's okay if you lose. You will lose a lot here, but just the act of playing the game is so much fun. Unless you're like super competitive and you're like, I only want to win and trounce and everything like that, then you better put in the work, because you're not going to be good unless you put in the work, and you're not going to be winning like all your games and all your drafts and all your classic constructed if you don't put in the work. But if you just want to go and have fun, make this a thing that you do every week, maybe a little ritual, or put it in your schedule, make it a habit to do, then you know you're gonna enjoy yourself, and you're gonna get a lot of enjoyment and a lot of like value out of this. Just personally, you're gonna feel really good. So go out to your local armory, hit up the stores, hit up the Discords, look up the videos. It sounds like a lot. It's not a lot. You can do this in like an hour. But learn the game, learn how to play the game, go out, have fun, introduce yourself, make friends, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna keep giving an update of how my weekly plays go, or how my weekly armories go, and I'll be back next week to kind of, if you want to join me on this journey, maybe start your Flesh and Blood journey to armories, go ahead and do it. Again, this is my second week like going in person. I have done some research because I'm just that kind of guy, but you do a little bit of research, and you can also be like me, go every week, join me on this journey. My armory events are every Thursday, so I'm going to be making these videos every Thursday, posting them on Friday, and you know, maybe go along with the ride with me, hop in whenever you guys want, and just I don't know, just share your stories down or whatever. There's plenty of people like you who are new, who want to get into the game, and don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that. I know you're going to be nervous, but work up the courage. Once you're in the store and you're still nervous, just start playing. And then when you're there and playing, and I'm there sitting there with the 4-card hand, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? And I'm looking at what they're doing. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, okay, maybe this isn't the best thing, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna be wasting much time. I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm just gonna have fun. And I know if I'm just playing cards and I'm doing some damage, something's gonna happen, and maybe it works out or not. And then you'll have those turns where they don't have anything good, which does happen. Like, trust me, even in the games I lost, they had turns that they didn't have anything good. Again, it's a game about tempo, and the tempo's always going to change. You're like, oh, and then you see like, oh, this card, that card, and this card, that card, and you're like, oh my god, oh yes, this works really well. Do that. I did a bunch of damage, and some damage got through, and I did good, and they went down in health and all that stuff, and it went good. You're gonna feel great. So go out there, have fun. I will see you guys next week.